Welcome to Live Unashamed, where we pause the show and invite members of our team to talk vulnerably about their own recovery, things they're learning, the resources that are actually working, and what it truly means to live unashamed.
Welcome to Unashamed Unafraid, another Live Unashamed episode. I'm here with Chris and Jason. How you guys doing?
I mean, I've been worried. No, I'm great. I'm great.
I'm just laughing because you're like, here we go.
Another episode. How are
funny.
you?
When you looked at me like that, I thought that I got Jason's name wrong, and I was like, wait, what did I call him?
No, I was trying to say something funny, but it just wasn't coming because it's almost midnight right now that we're recording.
Yeah.
We're burning the candle at both ends. But, folks, we are going to produce some quality content in this episode.
But I'm doing fantastic, by the way.
Yes. Well, you're always doing fantastic, and you never sleep anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Chris gets like 5 hours of sleep at night. I don't know how he does it.
Is
Anyways, well, he's wearing his Jesus, I Heart Jesus socks as usual, so
Yep.
we're in a really good spot. I feel primed and ready to go.
To talk about YouTube.
To talk about YouTube, guys, scrolling on YouTube.
Yeah, speaking of Jesus, let's talk about YouTube.
The new generations, the bane of their existence, scrolling, death scrolling, whatever you want to call it. Doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling, yeah.
Yeah, that YouTube is mine. I mean, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's everything. But imagine if you could get quality content going through your algorithm, being fed straight into your feed.
Guess what I see
What do you
all
say?
the time? Our Unashamed Unafraid shorts.
Unafraid.
Yeah, baby, I see them all the time.
Guys, we've got shorts. We have a sweet YouTube channel. Caitlin's been pumping out some awesome content, a lot of clips from our videos, and we just want to get you involved. Like, look, no shame. Like, we're not about shame. I scroll, I shouldn't say sometimes. I go through phases. I'm actually doing a lot better right now, but like, we all scroll sometimes because it's just that quick. You know, you go on YouTube and then like, boom, interesting short, or you go on Instagram and it happens, right? But if you can get some quality stuff going through your algorithm and you can get like recovery stuff going through when you're scrolling, I've just found that it really helps. I've got a lot of Jesus related stuff that gets pumped into my algorithm now. And so I just wanted to invite you, hop on YouTube, Instagram, all our social media outlets, and just follow us, like, share, subscribe, all the things, because that helps us to get our content out to more people, and it helps you because it gets you more of our content, and it helps you heal. So just wanted to put a plug in for that. Guys, we're talking about sobriety today, and the reason why we're talking about sobriety is because I'm struggling to get sober. And we'll just get that out of the way right there. I feel like I'm in a spot where I'm like, hey, I've done a lot of healing, and I feel really excited about that. I don't think that God's angry at me anymore. I don't think that he is disappointed. I think that he just really loves me, and that no matter how long I stay in addiction and call this thing my friend, that he will chase after my heart and battle for me. I'm settled on that.
Doesn't that make you want to heal so much more than thinking?
Yes,
of it?
so I'm so glad you said that, because that's the thing. I'm like, I've done enough healing now. I'm like, I want to get sober. Like, I want to experience God in a different way when I'm not numb all the time. And I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I'm like, I want to do what it takes to stop viewing pornography, stop masturbating, get rid of the fantasizing that makes it so easy to check out. Even non-sexual fantasy, I found, is I get stressed about something and I don't know how to handle it, think through it, process it, and I'll just start like, oh, but what about this thing? Oh, but what about that thing? And I'm like, I've trained my brain to be so quick to disassociate when I'm dealing with this stuff. And the key for me, I think right now, is learning how to deal with pain and trying to live a lifestyle where I'm getting my needs met and feeling excitement and fulfillment and fun and stepping into a larger story.
So what does that look like for you? What are you doing to process emotion, stress, anxiety? What are you doing, man, to actually like get through that?
So Doug Nelson. Shout out to Dougie Fresh. I love that guy. I was just telling him, I was like, dude, I deal with chronic pain and I am struggling with like just a lot of anxiety, which I can't quite name where it comes from anymore, because it's really not from the traumatic stress. It's like situational stress, and it just comes up. It's normal day-to-day stress that everybody deals with. So I'm just having a hard time. I just talked to him about all the areas of pain in my life, and I was like, what's going on? And he was like, well, like the common thread here is pain. You don't know how to deal with discomfort and pain in your life. And like he said that, and I was like, bing. And so he gave me some really cool analogies about, like, actually it was funny, like
Doug's good at analogies.
filet
I love
mignon in
his
my
analogies.
backpack. And I don't know if you've ever heard him say that one, but it was just like really helpful. And so this is new in the last 5 days for me. I've known it logically, but not felt it emotionally. And so I'm ready to tackle it now, because I've probably talked about it on the podcast before. And so what I just started trying is, like, when something is painful, I have a conversation in my head that is like, this hurts. Like, I feel discomfort right now. And I feel, so identify where it's coming from.
It's just
And then
mindfulness.
it's just mindfulness.
Like, yeah.
And
Sitting
I
in
just
it.
say, like, it's okay that I'm in pain right now.
Yeah.
It's okay to be in pain. And that's the first step that I'm taking, like just sitting with pain. I do not know how, I shouldn't say I don't know how to do that. I haven't practiced that. I'm like right at the beginning, learning a new skill.
Well, and the reason that works is because then your mind gets comfortable with the idea of being in pain, even if it's painful, instead of saying, oh, pain, I know how to fix that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so being mindful and allowing it to be what it is, right? Sitting in the emotion, sitting in the pain, and being like, this hurts, and I'm going to let it hurt for a minute. It doesn't mean you shouldn't find a way to fix it. But what it means is that your brain can find new pathways, new ways to fix it that are actually healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just sitting in the pain is an acknowledgement of we have some unmet needs.
Yes. And that was the other piece that I clued into literally last night. Like last night I was like, wait, so just pain, but like I don't want to just sit in pain all the time. It's my body's telling me something. And so that's what I realized. And Chris, you're like the master at this stuff. I felt like when you and I have had conversations about meeting needs, I made some really massive connections, right? Just didn't quite put the two concepts together. So like, can you just speak from the eye and teach us about meeting needs in your own life?
Yeah, totally. One, like you're talking about it right now, is just when you're feeling the pain, acknowledging it first of all, right? Just take a moment and pause, right? We have a PATH acronym that we use when let me rephrase that. When we're meeting with our clients, and it's called PATH.
We meaning
Like me and James, Steve, the accepted practice.
Accepted Therapy. Shout out to Accepted Therapy.
Yeah. And so when we're talking with our clients, we walk them through, PATH is like, the first thing you got to do is just pause. Then we got to acknowledge what the actual emotion is that we're actually feeling. Like, what is it? And where am I feeling it in my body? Like, we show them a feelings wheel and be like, hey, what is the emotion? Because a lot of times we may misname the emotion because we've known for so long and we don't know how to just name what the actual emotion is. And we're like, oh, it's anger or it's anxiety. No, go deeper. Maybe there's some things that are deeper and it's not those things, right? And then taking the time to just sit in the emotion. We don't have to do anything with it. We don't have to numb it. We don't have to do anything with it. We just allow ourselves to sit in the emotion. And then what healthy choices can we make to be able to manage the emotion, to process the emotion? And that's been a huge thing for me. Like, I didn't realize that when I started getting into my recovery and finding sobriety. I just got really good at managing my emotions and really good at meeting my needs. I didn't realize what those needs were.
Which is fascinating to me because you talk about that all the time, and you didn't even do any trauma therapy before.
Right, I didn't do trauma therapy until 2.
And for sure, you would say probably, Chris, that would have made it way easier, right? If you could have dealt with the traumatic pain before you started dealing with some of the situational needs-based pain. But it's just a testament to how powerful this principle is, and I'm just kind of learning it. So, just amazing.
Yeah, and so some of the things is actually having conversations and connecting with people. Quit doing things on your own. We all have done it on our own for so long, and it just doesn't freaking work. But yet we're like, oh, I'm still going to do it on my own. I did it for a bazillion years.
I'm sure you still fall back into that sometime.
Oh, 100%.
I've got this. I'm good.
Yeah, dude.
I do it all the time.
No, I'll get in an argument with my wife, and I can either sit in it and try to do it myself, but instead I'm like, hey, James or Steven or Doug or whatever, whoever I'm going to call, hey, this is what's going on. Help me process this. I'm getting that connection. I'm finding that connection. There's sometimes that I'm going to Autumn because I got other things going on. I'm like, Autumn, like last night we were just sitting in bed and we're just having a conversation, and we are just connecting, and I'm processing a lot of emotion about things that are going on. And I'm just like, this is like the most beautiful thing to be able to sit in my bed with my wife and have these conversations and not be scared to like talk to her and tell her what I'm feeling, what I'm actually feeling. To just say, hey, I've got shit going on in my brain and I need to figure this out. And I'm actually like talking about it, meeting that need. That's why connection is so important. And if your spouse isn't the one that you're connecting to right now, find someone who is in a healthy way.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's funny we bring this up all the time on the podcast. Like, oh, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna be able to have sex and I'll be fine, right? But like,
Totally.
what I remember in my major, we talked about like your spouse can only meet 40% of your connections needs at most. At the most, it's 40%, right? So there's a 60% gap there.
It's just not her responsibility. It's not your spouse's responsibility to meet those needs.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility to meet your
So
needs.
if you go to her and you try to make her 100% all the time, it doesn't work.
That's not fair either.
Yeah. So even if you go to her for zero, right, she just can't give you the validation. There's never going to be enough. And so
It's not fair to expect that.
yeah, it's not fair.
Well,
And
because
so,
if I go expecting acceptance all the time, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
yeah.
Because everybody's human. Can I tell you the two best things my therapist taught me, my first therapist, like the two analogies he gave me. So one was about emotions and the other one was about needs. So the emotions one is he sat me down and he was like, so how are you feeling today? I'm like, I don't know. I'm frustrated.
I thought you were going to say good.
Can you give me more? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm frustrated. And he's like, okay, you have the emotional maturity of a 3-year-old. I went, excuse me?
Wow.
Whoa,
That's
dude.
brutal.
I'm an adult. I know my emotions.
Mad. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, let me explain. He's like, right now you're coloring with 3 crayons. You've got happy, sad, angry. Okay, maybe frustrated. How about we get you like a 64 box? Like, let's work toward that, right?
That's a cool analogy.
I know. I
like
love that.
that.
It really opened my eyes of like, oh my gosh, he's right. Because every time he asks how I'm feeling, I'm mad, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, whatever, right? And like, I never had another word for it. But dialing down into that, to your point, Chris, dialing down into that what's actually behind that frustration. What is it actually? Well, there's the need. Right now I know what the need is to meet it. So the other analogy he gave me is this. He's like, if every time you were hungry, because hunger is what? It's a signal from your body telling you what?
You need food.
You need nutrition. You need
I was about
food.
to say, you're hungry?
Yeah. Let's get you some more colors. No, it's like you need protein, you need carbohydrates, you need fats, right? You need nutrition. And if you go eat a half gallon of ice cream out of the freezer, are you still hungry?
Yep.
Well, no. I'd be pretty full after eating a half gallon of ice cream. Maybe
Not Chris.
You don't know me very well.
Okay, after eating a gallon of ice cream.
This dude hikes like 400 miles a year.
Oh,
He
gosh.
burns a lot of
But I
calories.
mean, the point being is like you're not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Have you addressed the need?
No.
No. So when we're looking at pornography, it's just eating ice cream when our body's trying to tell us something else.
Yeah.
Our body's saying, I need food. And we're like, here's ice cream. And you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it tastes great. And then you just feel like crap afterward.
And at some point you get sick of the ice cream.
And so the concept, again, is like,
It's kind of like when you need
When I-
need.
yeah,
you have
when
a
I
need.
drill down to a need, it's like, what is the real need here? And instead of just numbing it, I'm going to think, okay, I'm uncomfortable. There's a need here. What am I going to give that need that's going to actually address it? And I think this comes up a lot because you get people that text and they're like, hey, I was feeling triggered to act out, but I'm great now. I'm good. and then they go and act out like 20 minutes later. And the reason is almost always because they didn't fill the need. They didn't actually find what the need was. They got the connection,
Yeah.
right? Like they reached out. Sam bumped his face on the microphone and like nobody can hold it together now.
I smashed my face on the microphone about 20 seconds ago, and
It
Chris
just-
has been
it
trying
just
not
got
to
me, man.
laugh.
Okay, I think you get it. I
Sorry.
think you get
No,
it.
dude, I'm listening.
I was trying not to laugh.
I was listening.
It's
Come on,
like
Chris.
when you're trying not to laugh in church and you're just
Sam was complaining earlier that we
I love
don't
you
goof
guys.
off enough on this show. I'm like, dude, we goof off plenty.
Well, today has solved that. Oh man. Well, dude, I'm on board with all of that, and I love that. It's just really impactful for me right now. We've had a lot of conversations that are very similar to this on the Live Unashamed episodes. People have brought it up in stories, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've listened, but I haven't been listening. Like, and I've even said on a couple of the episodes, like, here's how I'm gonna step into my recovery, and do this thing for sobriety or that. But like, I feel way more free now because like I decided this myself. I'm like, God has loved me for so long just the way that I am, that I want to love him back. And I want to show him that I love him by discontinuing the numbing.
Sure.
And like, I'm just like so excited to go and try these versus before it was like, there's just one more thing I got to do in recovery so I don't have to be, stuck and bad and frustrated and angry. And it's just different. It's just different, and it's so refreshing to listen to you guys talk and hear myself talk about like this stuff, because I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Like I've had enough healing that I want to, you know.
I love where your heart's coming from in that, because my take on all of this is like, and I realize this is kind of a hot take, but like, and this is going to come out wrong, so I don't want you to take it the wrong way. God doesn't really care about...
Wrong.
Yeah, fair enough. No, God doesn't really care about the porn. Like, at the end of the day, all he wants is to have a relationship with you.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And the problem that porn introduces is that it numbs your connection to him. You cannot be connected to God in that moment or after, right? And so he just wants to be close to you. So he doesn't want you to look at porn. He doesn't want you to masturbate because he just wants to be close to you. And it's harder to do that when you're numbing.
Yes. So the reason I said, oh my gosh, because literally you said word for word a very, very clear prompting that I received from God. And I talked about this on my story episode 140. You can go catch up on that if you haven't heard my story. But I've talked about it on a couple of the other episodes too, where like I just heard God tell me, Sam, it is not about the porn. I just want to have a relationship with you. And you know what? Like the last 6 months, I've just focused on the relationship. And what I realized is if I really want to have a relationship with him, like he's running for me, but if I want to run towards him, then it means getting sober. It does. Like, and it's not a shame-based thing. It's not like, oh, he won't love me enough.
Ultimately.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, no, I just want to know him. I just want to know who he is. I just want to get sober so that I can feel his love and receive it.
right. Well, Tony Robbins talks about, he's like, we all don't experience life. We experience the life we focus on. And I love that because it's like, okay, where's my focus? When I started making changes in my life, I changed my focus not from the, not focusing on the addiction. I'm now changing my direction and my focus goes to God. So now I'm focused on God, not the addiction. And that pulled me out of it. I'm like, I didn't even think about that when I was doing it until I heard this quote from Tony Robbins. I'm like, that's freaking beautiful. I love that. So what are you focusing on? Where's your energy at? Is it on God or is it on, I got to have sobriety. I got to have sobriety. I got to have sobriety.
Yeah.
I got to stop looking at porn. I got to stop looking at porn.
It's
So don't
exhausting.
think of a pink elephant. Right? I use that analogy all the time. It's like, don't think of a pink elephant. Don't think about porn. Don't think about porn. And then it just draws you in every time. So instead of going that direction, being like, how can I find more connection with God? How can I find more connection with brotherhood or
How
sisterhood?
can I find more connection with self and meet the needs that myself is trying to tell me that I have?
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
That's powerful stuff.
It's pretty cool when we sit here and chat and talk about cool things.
I forgot we were on a podcast. I'm not even joking. Yeah. Well, guys, we got to close this one up, but I just if this is impactful for you, share this with someone else and just take some time in the next day, if you have time right now, and just journal about this. Like, think about how you're going to implement these concepts in your own life. I'm trying to step into it. Like, I'm trying to be fully authentic and just be real where I'm at. And that's what I'm trying to encourage everybody to do. Right? Chris and Jason are doing the same thing, and that's just what we're trying to do here. So, like, we just want to know, how are you stepping into sobriety? Where are you at in your recovery story? And what do you need to do in order to start experiencing God differently if you're in a spot where you feel like that's the thing that you need to tackle right now, right? And again, wherever you're at in recovery, be unashamed and afraid about that. So email us, Chris, Sam, at unashamedunafraid.com. And Jason, your email?
jason.knoll@gmail.com.
jason.noel@gmail.com. That's KNOELL. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, shoot
Got
us
it in
an
one.
email. Thanks for stepping into this with us, guys. We really appreciate all of our outsiders who donate every single month so that we can do what we do the way that we do it and keep this movement going forward. Like and subscribe on YouTube so we can get this message out to more people, and find us wherever you get your podcast to give us a 5-star rating so that we can get our ratings up. Until next time, continue to live unashamed.